And well, thank you, Chris, for getting that started. And we have these available on the website as well as on our YouTube page. And the website where we have these recordings also has some links to other resources that I might mention. So it can be helpful that way as well. Last week I posed the question, why meditate? And we briefly considered our own motivation for meditating, and also noting that our motivation, may change over time, and that the meditating itself could change our motivation. That there's a relationship there. As we meditate, it impacts us. Um, and some of my comments last week were influenced by a book that I mentioned by Lawrence Lashan. It's called How to Meditate. And in his discussion about that question, why meditate, he highlights two major reasons for meditating from his point of view, or he calls them even results that seem common throughout the world's meditative traditions. The first reason or result, according to Lashan, is that we become more functional and that our everyday life improves as a result of our meditation. Or in Lashan's words, we begin to develop great efficiency in everyday life. I'm still working on that one, I think, but that's the first reason or result. We develop great efficiency in our everyday life. Life starts to get better in that sense. Not everything disappearing that's challenging us or anything, but we come to it with more efficiency. And rather than meditation kind of removing us from our lives or superseding our lives, we become more deeply engaged in our life, but we do so without getting caught up in all the kind of stress and dysfunction that we might be experiencing. Or maybe more accurately, we don't really eliminate our stress or dysfunction, but that we approach it differently. And those different approaches to the complexities and challenges in life can be boiled down to an approach that through meditation allows us to experience life one thing at a time. If you're thinking about something, just be thinking about that one thing. If you're eating, just be eating without reflecting on the eating or evaluating it or judging it. And so rather than getting caught in the content, we experience the event directly. So the first reason or result to meditate is to improve this everyday life experience through greater efficiency. The second is that meditation's ability to reveal another view of reality, another way of seeing things. In mindfulness circles, we often refer to this as gaining insight. In fact, that's another term for mindfulness meditation, insight meditation. Adopting another view of reality, which doesn't mean departing from your current view of reality or needing to kind of check out of life. So it's important not to like say, oh, I'm turning over a new leaf and I'm discarding everything that I knew before this, and that current view of reality and a new view of reality both can be true. We often, I think anyway, simplify down life or our experience of it either into an either or thinking. It's either good or it's bad. It's true or false. It's black or white, up or down, and so on. And much of our lives we're driven by this either liking or disliking something or someone, and having that be the reason to do or not do, or be involved in or not be involved in something. And we do need to make judgments and make distinctions, to turn left or right at the stop sign. But the rush to judgment can also be overdone, not accurate, and not representative of the complexities in our life. No one is good, or all bad. And A rainy day is met with happiness by the farmer and disappointment by the baseball player, but it's still the same rain. So mindfulness invites us to be less judgmental, getting beyond thinking and more open to including and even reconciling that which we are quick to separate. This shows up clearly in the neurobiological research that beyond judgment or separating out, the practice of mindfulness also helps us to connect and integrate and sync up with. And we see that in the research around the nervous system. And that syncing up in the nervous system helps us to integrate within ourselves. And it also helps us to go out to others, connect with others, and connect with the natural world around us. Dan Siegel, the executive director of the MindSight Institute and founding co-director of the Mindful Awareness Research Center at UCLA, says that neural integration, what he calls the linkage among differentiated aspects of the brain, allows for more flexibility and adaptability and expresses itself outwardly as harmony, kindness, and compassion. So all this to say that this question about why meditate, we might also consider these couple of reasons or results or effects of mindfulness meditation that include improving our everyday life through greater efficiency and also reveal another view of reality or more insight into our life as it really is. So with that, let's practice together by today we'll do a sitting meditation, simple sitting with awareness of the breath and the body in this moment. And as we've said before, that starts with a physical approach to the practice by becoming aware of your posture and arranging yourself so that you're reasonably comfortable, but also reasonably alert and aware. And that usually means just grounding the low body, feet flat on the floor, buttocks in the chair or on the floor, and then lengthening up through the spine so that there is also an opening up the chest, placing the hands somewhere comfortably, palms facing down or up on the thighs or gathered together in the lap, and lengthening right up through the back of the head. And then closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you to do so, or just lowering the gaze. And just noticing the breath, the physical sensation of breathing in and breathing out in this moment. And when the mind wanders, which it will, notice that it's gone off and you're doing something else mentally than just sitting here in the moment. And whatever that is, just do your best to just release that and return to noticing the breath and the body sitting here. And noticing how the mind tends to judge what we're experiencing, whatever it is, roughly breaking out into liking or disliking, or kind of seeing it as neutral and in that sense, not giving it much attention at all, not being interested. But yeah, we might hear a sound in this moment and then evaluate it. Oh, I like that sound, or I don't like that sound, or a thought or an emotion. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's just that we're practicing non-judgmental awareness. So just see if you can release those judgments. Notice where the mind is. If it's not present in this moment, where the body is sitting here, if the mind is somewhere else, then just do your best to bring it back to this moment, and perhaps allowing the body and the breath in the body to be that anchor point to return to, and that there might be an alignment and integration, that the mind and the body are in the same place at the same time. This is a quote from the Christian monastic Thomas Merton. The deepest level of communication is not communication, but communion. It is wordless. It is beyond words. It is beyond speech, and it is beyond concept. Not that we discover a new unity, we discover an older unity. My dear brothers and sisters, we're already one, but we imagine that we are not. And what we have to recover is our original unity. We're going to stop the recording now so that we can have a little conversation. We've got about 6 minutes or so, 5 or 6 minutes for comments or questions or anything that anyone would like to offer during this time. Thoughts, feelings? Wait a minute.